At this point, are you more excited to see the team out there in game action and kind of gelling?
Yeah, we don't keep score almost in these things. It was good to see some players outside of a practice because we hadn't scrimmaged yet, and then we pushed them really hard for 4 days. So this is kind of the end of the most grueling part of training camp. I got to see, especially some of the young guys that I'm excited about. So we're gonna return a bunch of guys to junior hockey, and they'll go back and spend some of them in 2 more years before they even think of turning pro, and they got into an NHL exhibition game. I think that's a really good thing that we do here is get our youngest kids into games, and they get a real taste of what it's like, the speed. So it was good.
And then tonight, obviously preseason, but it was your first game behind the bench for the Florida Panthers. What did that feel like? Were you excited, nervous, just another game?
I was excited. I mean, it might be the first exhibition game I've ever been excited for, but there's a really good feeling in the room amongst the players and the excitement of the players, and it's nice to be around. But for what we do for a living, you work really hard, put an awful lot of hours and time in, but it's still the games that are fun, right? So I enjoyed that.
And then, with Carolina coming up and Tampa next week, 2 more tough opponents, what sort of adjustments are you looking for? What were you pleased with tonight?
Well, I think there'll be a little bit of a change in camp now going forward, and part of that is we'll start to put the more veteran players in one group, and we'll look to move to more of a speed-based camp instead of a grind-based camp. We still have lots of work to do on our systems and things of that nature, but we'll try to not pound them every single day, so we'll be looking for a little bit more speed in our game.
You mentioned the younger players. We saw they were responsible for those early points in Game 1. What do you think they've picked up from playing with the veterans all week?
How hard veteran work in practice every day. And that would be if you get to watch Barkov and Ekblad and Forsling, every single drill they push as hard as they possibly can. They pass the puck hard every single time, right? The kids come out of junior really, and they shouldn't have no idea the pace that NHL players, how they push their bodies. It's why they train so hard all summer so they can come to camp, go through a grueling week. For the young guys, it was a real challenge, right? To end up after 4 days and then get into an NHL exhibition game was a real challenge. But that's where the great learning happens. Not even from coach to player here. It's what they learn from the guy. They get to skate with Barkov on the ice. I mean, that's as good as there is in the NHL, and that's an incredible kind of experience that you can only get from having it.
Thank you.